Devesh Thakur is not looking happy at all with what we are telling him. But I would just want to say one thing to all our viewers. The JDU on its own had 24+% of the vote last time. Our projections are saying they're going at about 20%.
Yes.
If they're going about 20%, that really means that you are giving way to everyone to eat into you without a strategic tie-up. So the strategy of going alone, when you lose 4 to 5% of the vote, is the difference between winning and losing.
It also means that giving a default I would say, RJD victory to many seats, where RJD is not really increasing the votes, but just by virtue of holding their vote bank over there, they are just going to win in about 12 odd seats.
Well, let's get the reactions in losing the line on and off. But Devesh Thakur, your reactions, please. Devesh Thakur, if you can hear me, your reactions, please, to this result. We are seeing a projected number of just 11 seats for the JDU, which means Nitish's national ambitions will take a big beating. What do you think?
Arnav, first of all, Nitish Kumar never had any
Mr.
national
Thakur,
ambitions.
what do you think?
My objections to that. Number two, yes, Arnav, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Yes, a little louder, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Arnab, Nitish Kumar never had any national ambitions. But besides that, now with due respect to all the poll projections that have come and all the people who must have put in a lot of hard labor, I will disagree a lot to these projections. Now, because as one of your gentlemen just said, I don't think he has got the full reactions of the minority votes, number one, as things are developing. And number two, one thing I would definitely disagree totally is the projections about the RJD seats. And RJD might be getting the spoils of the various parties, but I don't think Bihar is ever wanting to go back to that era again. And that is one thing I will not like to discuss on the other this thing at all. And as I said, let the projections come and go. We are still holding ground here, and we will do far better than what your projections have said. But as I said, RJD, I don't see RJD coming even 50% of the seats.
The RJD isn't exactly sweeping. The RJD is going up from 19.5 to about 23% vote share. So it's like it's a minor gain. It's not a sweep.
It's a minor gain, and that minor gain is primarily coming from the Muslim voters big time. But that is a default gain in a way that, you know, if you are splitting your home votes, base votes, and you are giving a marching order to RJD to come
let's get a reaction from Manoj Jha. Manoj Jha, it appears that this is a great bonanza for Lalu. He goes up from 4 seats in 2009 to 12 seats. And the gains have been between May 2013 and July 2013. So this decision of Nitish to split away from the BJP seems to be benefiting Lalu.
That's right. Arnav, in fact, the two surveys, yours and the one which we saw the last week, in fact, Mr. Devesh Thakur should be unhappy about that also, because in case of Bihar, I find a huge similarity, even in terms of vote share. Now, what I would like to say, that I have not conducted a survey, so I cannot disagree with the surveys simply because I don't like it. Even I would like to see RJD going to 20 plus seats, what we were into 2004. But the fact is that your survey very beautifully, the survey of Yashwant, brings out the fact that people are intelligent enough. They can make a distinction between secularism as a face and secularism as a facade.
The big gain is that of the BJP. And let me get Siddharth in before I come to that. The BJP goes up from 12 to 14, but it's gone up from 12 to 14 because its vote share seems to be very much on the upswing after this decision, or is the vote share more or less stagnant? The vote share more or less the same.
For the BJP, it is a bit on upswing. No doubt, it's on the upswing.
It's on the upswing.
And there is a BJP upswing in vote share across all the states. That's a very classy finding of this poll. You know, you may see that. And in the end, you may figure out that, you know, that many of the times, the votes don't really convert into seats, and the seats don't really reflect in the way that the popularity ratings really show. It's not a presidential system. It's a first past the post system we inherited from the Britishers, where the popularity doesn't really mean votes, votes don't really mean seats. So let's be clear in that. So that's a typical projection of Bihar, which shows in the classical first past the post.
So my question to Siddharth Singh is, from being a junior partner of Nitish to having a considerable edge over Nitish in these opinion polls. Your reaction to that?
Well, I think, Arnab, the fact is that there was a mandate given by the people of Bihar to BJP and JDU to rule together. And that was on a backdrop of what the misrule of the RJD they had seen for last 15 years. I think for no reason the JDU decided to break away with BJP and that mandate and disengage themselves in governance towards that mandate. Now, keeping all these things together, it was quite evident to the voters that why JDU has done. They thought they are just going to get only one vote bank, one particular vote bank, and the rest don't matter in Bihar. I think that's a punishment which the people are expressing. And moreover, people always felt of Bihar that Nitish Kumar ji, along with BJP and an alliance, is a good chief minister, doing a good job for the state of Bihar. And for India, you need another person, and they always
story,
felt.
Siddharth, so far is that the consolidation of the Muslim vote in favor of Nitish that he had expected after the split has not happened. Navika, you wanted a quick word, then go to the panel.
My question to Mr.
I don't think that will
Thakur is
happen
very
also.
clearly that so far the Congress party has always been in two minds whether to attack Narendra Modi directly or not. Will it yield dividends for them or not? Do you think now the JDU is also in that situation? The more you are attacking Narendra Modi, the more your own vote base is suffering in Bihar. Is that something that you feel after these results?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Navika. I think let us wait for some time. We have just walked out of the NDA. I think for us this poll is too soon to be taken right after we have walked out. I think we'll wait for some time. I think we have lot of faith in the leadership and the administrative and political acumen of Nitish Kumar. I think you'll have to see some wait and see some wonders.
Well, the Congress party continues to be a non-player, but the JDU is feeling the pinch. Let's take reactions from our panel. First with Manisha. Yes, please.
I think the poll does represent in a very significant way the reality on the ground in Bihar, which is that the BJP has turned out to be the major party of the opposition, and that's quite clear. And the JDU, in a sense, has fallen in that trap, where the moment you put the BJP out, it's a one-on-one personality clash between Mr. Nitish Kumar and Mr. Lalu Yadav, and there Mr. Nitish Kumar may not be gaining. And the card that you portray in the national government, at the local level, the picture really is that Nitish Kumar is the Chief Minister of Bihar. There are large territories of Bihar itself where he is not the Chief Minister. For example, in Chapra, his police does not exist. A school teacher runs away for 8 days.
Interestingly,
his police can't find
the JDU, BJP was supposed to recapture the state with ease. In both the surveys done by C-Voter in April and May. So, that's a shift, Aarti.
But actually, Arnab, this is sort of classic electoral arithmetic, isn't it? If the JDU and BJP are not in alliance, then RJD is a gainer.
But the JDU has not retained the votes. The JDU's lost 5%.
That's right.
I think we must also notice that between the JDU and the RJD, they're still capturing a very large political space in Bihar.
Oh, yes.
So, when the BJP, although it gains, you can see the limitations. They cannot go very much beyond this because the RJD and the JDU together still control a very large section of the electorate. And I think that's a very important thing to know.
Can I get a comment? Can I get a comment from Nirja? Yes, please, Nirja.
You know what it's pointing to? The RJD Congress and the JDU are getting 24 out of the 40 seats, which is a very large chunk. Now, whoever this non-player Congress goes with in alliance, whether it's JDU or RJD, there'll be a psychological advantage because the minorities will tend to swerve to this formation in order to combat a resurgent BJP, which seems to be the case here.
Well,
so that alliance becomes very critical.
Congress is very critical. Even though Congress seems to be insignificant player in Bihar. But I feel if somehow Lalu Paswan and Congress can come together like 2004, then the numbers are going to change drastically.
No, what we are saying is perhaps the Maharajganj bypolls were not an isolated incident and maybe there was a significance to it. There was the Maharajganj bypoll was always dismissed by Nitish as a one-off. You wanted to come in, Rashid, quickly.
Yeah, this is a story that we are going to see in many states, that though Congress is losing But BJP is gaining.
Yeah.
But in terms of seats, UPA versus NDA, NDA is not gaining.
Should we go to Chhattisgarh? Do you want to comment on Bihar? Anyone a comment on Bihar? A comment on Bihar? I'll come to you after Chhattisgarh.
I just want to say one thing, that this question about the minority vote, it is also with Nitish the question, they are also looking at someone who can they eventually go with the BJP.
Yeah.
This will, so unless that is very clear.
Yeah.
And otherwise I agree with what
11 seats in the fray, 11 seats in the fray, with the 2009 result that was totally a BJP sweep.
One way. 10-1.
And you have this big assembly election happening.
Yeah.
What's the result in Chhattisgarh? It's now on your screen. The result in Chhattisgarh on your screen right now.
The vote share difference between the two has actually narrowed from 8 to 3. Last time it was 45 versus 37.
Yeah.
Now it's 41 versus 38. That's reflected in these numbers. A sort of a loss of 3 for the BJP, a gain of 3 for the Congress. Let's remember one thing. In the last assembly election, the vote share difference between the two was just 2%. So actually it is a keen contest.
So if this is the result, what's going to be the result in the state elections? That's the question. If we project this, the Congress is making steady gains, but it's not good enough.
What I can say is that if these are the numbers that get reflected in Bastar region especially, where there is a kind of sympathy for the Congress leaders over there, it's going to be keen, because I don't think that BJP is sitting at ease, comfortable in Chhattisgarh at the moment.
So the Congress party is closing in, but the BJP is retaining. Reactions from our panel. Any of our panelists, quick comment on Chhattisgarh from anyone.
No, I think, Congress will find difficult to make inroads into Chhattisgarh, because it has not got a story to tell which is specifically different from anything that the BJP does. Not in Chhattisgarh specifically.
Actually, I think
they're both fighting the Naxals.
Congress has done a lot of work in tribal areas, particularly with the leader who just died in that Naxal attack, Kumar Patel. He was working very hard in tribal areas, and I think that is what is reflecting.
The sympathy is reflecting, but the biggest problem for Congress is Pradeep Jogi himself.
Raman Singh is losing his moral high that he
Jogi as the chief minister. The bigger problem for the Congress started because Jogi versus Raman, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, for the bigger number of middle class and at least in the urban areas.
Yeah. No, the Congress has made gains, and I want to add a quick comment before coming to Rashid, who knows better the state, that the Congress has actually made gains of 2 seats since the April 2013 See Voter National Projection. So this is post the Maoist attack, and possibly this is a direct impact, Navika, of perhaps a bit of sympathy and maybe criticism of the Chhattisgarh government's handling of what led to.
So far in the last elections, Raman Singh had this image of being the Chawal Baba.
Yeah.
Now there is no such USP that Raman Singh has been able to spin off. Number 2, there are allegations of corruption, and that has taken away the sheen. So far nothing's been proven, but the fact is CDs have surfaced, the Congress is using that, and the poll when it's taken place clearly has taken some of the sheen away from Raman Singh at this.
I'm very excited about going to Delhi very quickly next, but yes, Ashok.
The BJP government has been in power for 10 years. After 10 years, their sort of lead has narrowed, but they're still substantially ahead.
I think in that sense,
Congress is divided, totally divided in Chhattisgarh.
And they don't have a leader.
I agree with you, Ashok, completely, because after 10 years, if you get, I don't know anyone, I don't know if the left parties in 1987 would have got 41% of the vote. Maybe as a front they would have, but the CPM individually may not have. So you're getting 41% of the vote.
After 10 years?
After 10 years, I think it's a remarkable achievement. And I think Congress party should really be worried and not applaud itself for the small gains it's made. That's the story in the state of Chhattisgarh. Ladies and gentlemen, now we take you to Delhi, which has been a Congress bastion in the past. But the story this time is different. And a lot of people who are watching this national poll projection were of the feeling that the Aam Aadmi Party's gains will bring Sheila Dikshit back. But unfortunately for Sheila Dikshit, that's not happening. Chair will take us through the figures, and Yashwant will analyze them. Then we'll get the Aam Aadmi Party live.
The Congress last time actually sort of peaked. It had 57% of the vote share. This time there's a massive swing, almost 23%. The Congress is projected to be down to about 34%. Wow. It's not that the BJP has not lost votes to the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party polled 17% of the votes. The Congress is, down to 31 with a 26% swing. The BJP is up at 34. It's just a 3% gap.
Yeah.
But the Aam Aadmi Party spread ensures that the BJP is largely ahead of the Congress almost everywhere. And that gives the BJP 6 and the Congress 1.
Well, if I